Well, it's been about a year since the owners of the gunmaker Beretta USA felt suffocated by Maryland's strict gun laws and relocated its manufacturing to Tennessee. The move stimulated an already growing community just outside of Nashville. And when all is said and done, it will employ as many as 300 local folks, not including, of course, the ripple effect. Here's an exclusive look at some of the proud Americans who are working inside the plant. We got a tour with Tennessee Congresswoman Diane Black and Beretta USA Product Director Stephen Anderson.
We're in a new Beretta manufacturing facility in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Okay, take us through some of the things that we're seeing. It looks like there's a lot of men and women on the floor. If I'm not mistaken, around probably almost 160.
That's correct, yes.
What are they working on?
So right now we're in what we call our assembly area. So if you look around, this is kind of the front of the factory. It's where everything that we do in the factory essentially ends.
Things were going well in Maryland. You know, why leave Maryland?
We're not in a Second Amendment friendly environment. And after some of the events that happened at the end of 2012, Maryland was very quick to jump on the passing legislation bandwagon, and in a manner that which, if some of the things that were going on had continued, it would have essentially put us out of business in the state of Maryland, including not being able to legally make the M9 military pistol in the state.
The plant opened about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. There were some employees that came down, but there's a goal in the next 3 years to see almost 300 new jobs created from this. And I'm curious as to the ripple effect.
300 jobs means a lot to this little community. But I will tell you, when it was first announced that Beretta was coming here and going to do manufacturing, my phone was ringing. People know this is a quality product, and they were saying, I want to work at Beretta. Of course, we are a Second Amendment community, and so it was really such a perfect match for us.
I want to ask you a little bit about how hard that decision was behind the scenes choosing Tennessee, because there's a lot of states, despite the fact that this is a wonderful option, there's a lot of states, a lot of counties, a lot of cities that said, no, we can do better.
Tennessee had the whole package, right? It had the whole package. So it wasn't just that it was Second Amendment friendly. It wasn't that it was a good centralized location for shipping. It wasn't just because we had fantastic support from federal, state, and local level politicians and community. It wasn't just because there's a great manufacturing growth in Tennessee and a great manufacturing workforce and people that want to work for a company like this. It was the whole package. Over the next several years, we're going to be updating a lot of our equipment, most of which was transferred down from Maryland. In the process of doing that, we're going to be putting a lot of new equipment and a lot of technology in the facility, as well as continuing to ramp up our production significantly. So what you will see is a lot more output in the existing floor space with a continued growth in our employee base. Some of our lines, the equipment that we use is very, very expensive equipment. We use the machines that you see behind me are multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment when you put it together. So the goal is to keep it running all the time. That's how you get the payback. So while in our assembly areas, we typically run normal single shift, 8-hour shifts, in these machining areas with this equipment, within the next 6 months or so, you'll see many of these areas running 24 hours, 7 days a week, with only a few days or a week or so at a time off for maintenance and upkeep.
It's obviously really very welcoming news to have this brand new. I mean, it's been about a year that they've been open. What has the impact been like?
Oh, it's been a tremendous impact, not just economically, but this is a quality company that honors the same kinds of things that we honor in this community, and that is family. 15 generations. It's a company that honors their employees, and they fit so well culturally into our community besides the economic development.
And Leland, it was fascinating to be there. They're still moving some of their manufacturing equipment down from Maryland. They make about 8 different weapons, and 10% of their products actually go to our military. So it was pretty incredible to be there and see it all take place.